Marvel Studios has been connecting all of their properties and franchises in little ways. Sometimes they're so minuscule that you never pick up on them up until they decide to talk about them and reveal them. So today we are going to talk about how the Asgardian mythos that Marvel Studios has spun from the real mythology to what they have in the MCU, and how that connects to WandaVision, Doctor Strange, and the Darkhold. So this was recently revealed in the art of the series for Marvel's WandaVision, which of course is those art books that we get with everything Marvel Studios these days, and many DC projects as well as many of the big blockbusters. And they usually go into details on a lot of little fascinating things that are in these series that sometimes it's just like prop and set dressing, but again, you never notice it fully up until they really break it down. And what they talk about is the books that we see there that of course relate to the books in Comitage that Doctor Strange had, all the books that were on the walls, the ancient writings, and how these connect to different corners of the Marvel Universe. One specific one they go into is the book that we see in WandaVision, the Darkhold, its relation to everything that's going on in Thor, specifically the World Tree, and how this was intentionally made to look like this because, again, they wanted that piece of connective tissue. They wanted that sort of idea of the World Tree having more importance, being built around the mythology and everything like that, and how their knowledge and what they perceive as the Nine Realms also connects to how other cultures and other beings, such as the sorcerers and everybody, perceive these things differently and depicts them differently. And they also reveal that the book went through tons of different iterations, and they had to constantly talk to the team over in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and what was happening with that, picking up off of WandaVision, because they had to get everything correct. Everything had to line up and be put together correctly so we could see it. And specifically how the branches of the World Tree, for example, when we see them and when they're featured, when we kind of see the opening of Thor and them flying through space, how that even had to connect to other corners of the Marvel Universe that have yet to be explored or have been hinted towards in other aspects. Now, to me, this probably just means, like the Hand of God Nebula and things like that, which of course is something that's out there that's real, but again, they had to base the magic in Thor and the World Tree to real mythology and then kind of put a spin on it, and they're doing that with everything. So it's interesting to see little things like this and how far and deep they go into just figuring out the lore, to the point where even the book has to look correct or somebody might discover it and call it out. And people certainly will. We know that.